Well, you're forgetting one thing about Billy Loomis.
What's that?
I fucking killed him.
Sidney Prescott, the queen of slasher films. While the Scream films are satirical, Sidney is the emotional anchor that stops the movies from becoming a joke. And you don't fully realize until you binge the series, like I just did. And then you realize how fucking good she is. Watching them back to back, you really see her character develop across each film. Neve Campbell never overdoes it. She gives solid performances.
Oh, Sidney, share with us, please.
Sidney doesn't have a chance. She's got so much traumatic history, starting off from her mother and siblings coming out of the woodwork, friends, cousins, boyfriends, accused killers, boyfriends' friends, boyfriends' mothers, just random people attacking her. She really can't trust anyone. The fact that she does trust some people is kind of crazy. She could have taken the character to some dark places, and I'm glad they didn't, because making those kind of choices would have changed the dynamics of the movie. The truth is, you want the Scream formula. You don't want to fuck with it. The recipe, everything involved is perfect. Sidney just evolves naturally over the movies. If anything, she gets a bit numb to it all.
I'm a really big fan.
Go fuck yourself.
And that feels more real. Honestly, I think she's the best actor in the entire franchise. And you really see more of that when they try to replace her in Scream 5 and 6. You start to realize what Sidney brings to the franchise and how important it is to have a protagonist that you can connect with and feel the emotional weight of these crazier and crazier scenarios that escalate with each sequel.
It doesn't freak you out.
Scream 5 and 6, Sam's character, or lack of character. I think the acting is emotionless. I don't see or feel any real pain or fear. It's all very superficial, surface level acting. They take the story somewhere completely new, and new is bad. I don't like change.
Martin, get the fuck out.
Her acting is emotionless. I don't see or feel any real pain. The way she moves, jeez!
What are you, nuts?
Sidney has always got these painful, shaky eyes. Uncertainty, like she's trying to be tough, but we can see that she's trying to be a badass, but we can feel her fear. We take for granted the range of emotions that she has to go through the entire series. Those eyes in Scream 2 when she realizes that this shit's happening again. I think I was doing the same reaction, that fear that I can't believe it's happening again. I get way too invested in these films. But Sam, I don't even see remorse. But for me, I love watching Sidney. She delivers so much. Just her running, her walking, every thought that she's having, you can see in her face. I love counting the amount of times she touches her head. I don't think it's bad acting. I'm just saying it's a go-to for her. She does it a lot. It seems so obvious to say, but mobile phones, what would the killers do without mobile phones? That's a landline. I love Sidney's improved fight IQ. I love how Sidney's getting ready to square up to Gale in part 1. I love her front kick. That really doesn't get brought up enough. That front karate kick to the face. I love the level up in fight IQ. Could have done with the training scene maybe, a little bit of a kickboxer montage, maybe. And also I know she has problems trusting people, completely understandable. And because of that, she's really standoffish at first, a lot of the time in fact, especially with new people. But seriously, she has no shortage of guys. These guys are just willing to be with her, knowing that all her past guys are dead. I mean, what is it saying about her? She doesn't seem very... Maybe she's not a PDA girl, but maybe she's different behind closed doors. Who knows? Who knows? Way back in 1996, Wes Craven made Scream. The film revived the slasher genre, shattered the box office, and became a genre-defining masterpiece. Do you think that Wes Craven ever imagined that his franchise would become the very same thing that he was calling out in the Stab movies, the repetitive commercial cliches?
Well, I have no idea.
And this is mostly why Scream has become a problem to itself. Scream 1, the OG, the original, was so intense when it first came out. Even today, it's the best. It's not been beat. Scream 5, I'll admit, gets close. The reason it's so good is because it's scary, but sad at the same time. The music, when Steve's getting curled, the fact that Casey's parents have to listen to her getting curled. The running theme of the film is that the killers are movie buffs, hardcore movie buffs, because back in the 90s, especially after Tarantino made Reservoir Dogs, the video store clerk who wrote a masterpiece, there was a surge of film schools, young filmmakers everywhere. Suddenly, everyone was a film geek, and we had this entire subculture of young fans who spent their time watching movies and overanalyzing and predicting the killer's next move just by knowing these rules of the movies that they'd watched.
Wait. All right, ready? Wait. Just, you remember what we talked about?
I know, man. How many times you gonna go over this, all right? I know.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
Just, all right?
I'm ready.
Trust me, okay? I got this shit. Ready? Come on. I'm about to cut your throat, boy.
That's actually part of the fun, because Scream is a modern-day Agatha Christie. It's a clever whodunit slasher film, with a pinch of teen American Pie thrown in.
Spank me! Hit that high C!
The real entertainment comes from trying to figure out who the killer is. And once you get into that mindset, the whole thing becomes more fun to watch. The whole premise, the layouts, the formula, the ideas, who the killers are.
You take a knife and you slit him from groin to sternum. Are the police aware that you dated the victim? What are you saying? That I killed her? Yo, I'm gonna gut your ass in a second. He's got killer printed all over his forehead. No, I didn't kill anybody.
Nobody said you did.
Yo, I think it's her father. I'm the first to admit it. If this were a scary movie, I'd be the prime suspect. It's the millennium. Motives are incidental.
The house at the end, the group that gets brought together and then spread out, just so we can watch the chaos ensue as the killer picks them off one by one. It's genius. And that layout, that formula, is basically replicated in every sequel. And Scream is completely self-aware. It's a parody and a critique of the genre. The characters know the rules of the movie, and they have to figure out this shit while it's actually happening. After the second film, we get a taste of the formula. Mickey, the crazy sidekick, he's the stew to Billy's mum. You start to notice a pattern forming. It's all linked and related to Sidney in some way. You'll have a family member and some crazy sidekick. The Scream films are based on real theories that can be solved. The audience has a legit chance of guessing it along the way. Sidney's the key to everything, and we get to observe and work it out alongside the gang. It becomes a sort of hangout movie. You actually feel like it would be fun to hang out with these guys trying to figure out who the killer is. This formula that we have in place now means that every sequel could be a great addition to the story. We get to try and work it out film after film. But Scream 2 is the peak. Dewey and Gale, the relationship, what may not have been planned from the beginning, they become the strongest relationship in the franchise.
You just want to sit here and wait and see who drops next?
Well, I don't know. Bonehead.
Dewey initially was going to be killed off in the first movie, but they kept him on just in case because they could see just how great of a character he was.
Shoot them in the head. They always come back.
Dewey, who gives a fuck?
I do.
Yes, today. It's an honor.
And what you think might be frustrating watching the killer running around chasing people, that's the magic of Scream. It's just a person in a mask, trying and sometimes failing to stab someone. It's messy, and that's exactly why it works.
No. Hey, no peeking, turn around. Good. Okay, now you can look. Now do you know where I am?
And that's what they lose later in the last films. From Scream 4 onwards, the killer starts to feel more like Jason or Freddy, almost invincible. And once that starts, then it loses that realistic fun factor, and it starts messing with the formula. Scream 4, the killer is Sidney's cousin, a family member, and a crazy sidekick. But the reason's all purely psychotic. You know, the cousin is literally a psychopath.
I loved you!
Shut the fuck up already!
And she just wants the attention. Scream 5, the killer is Richie, the boyfriend of Sam. Richie and Amber are obsessed with the stab movies, and they want to create a new elevated horror by staging a new real-life massacre. So they're just crazy. Like, there's no way the audience could have guessed who they were, because there's no real motivation. They're just nuts.
What are you, nuts?
The whole Billy Loomis hallucination thing is weird as well, because there's moments where he's acting like a ghost, helping Sam out along the way. And I don't mind it, actually. If they confirm that he's a ghost, okay, I'm on board with that. It could be a new film franchise where we just follow along and watch Sam solve crimes with Billy Loomis as a ghost just helping her. Scream 6, the killers are the family of Richie. Again, it's meaningless because Richie was just a crazy guy. None of these killers now have a link to the original Woodsboro murders. You know, they all adopt this behavior of ghostface with the phoning. Any crazy person can just adopt the ghostface. Now we're just swimming in open water, so it's no longer Scream. It's just a serial killer. It's almost impossible for the audience to have a chance at guessing. Wes Craven made the originals as a murder mystery that the audience gets a chance to work it out. Because we know the characters, we know the story, we can try and figure it out together with Sidney and the gang.
But wait! There's more!
Scream 7 fails. Even though they bring it back to Woodsboro, it's too late, because they've exhausted all their ideas. If the plan was to make many movies, they should have planned ahead. Now they're just making it up as they go along. You can see that they're pulling back in people from the past, tempting and basically lying to the fans that Stu was going to come back. But in the end, the killers are impossible for the audience to guess.
You. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. Me.
Who the fuck is that?
Killers make no sense. There's no link. They're just a couple of crazies.
Are you nuts?
They introduced Sidney's daughter to pass the torch, maybe? Since the first passing of the torch failed, maybe the logical thought was to pass it on via the bloodline. Sidney's mum passes the curse to Sidney. Sidney then will pass it on to her daughter. Maybe. It's such a great franchise that's just dwindled out sequel after sequel. They've dropped the ball too many times, and they simply lose the charm and the fun of the original three. And the fact that the last two films especially were impossible to guess the killers, you're never left with any satisfaction. These two are the killers. Why? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're making a part 8, and the only thing I can think of is that they bring everyone back together again. Sidney, Sam, as many killers from the past that they can get, and put them all on an island, and maybe create a Battle Royale style film to put an end to the franchise for good. Please. Or maybe, just maybe, they should leave it as a classic of its time. The original trilogy that re-energized the genre, and leave Sidney as the original queen of the slasher films.